told you yesterday, I mean, it's the whole reason why I started a podcast myself. But I have 2 questions, one for Ming, one for Brian. Mike, you've been the sleeper hit of the con for me, by the way. Like you were keeping us extremely entertained. But Ming, what is the favorite podcast you're doing now? And what is, like, or ever? And
what is my favorite podcast?
Oh, the pressure's on. So you're asking him, do you like to podcast with Mike better, or with that girl Sam better?
Like, if you could only do one show, like, if you could only do one show a week, what's the show you're going to do?
Honestly, if I ran Tom, Steve, Dave every week, I think that's probably it's such an easy answer, but I mean, that's where I started out. Yeah. I remember first time I was on, I think it's like episode 8, I said like 3 words. And I remember, if you listen to it progressively, it's kind of gradual. You guys start making more fun of me, and then you hit that one episode where I go to the post, go walk to the post office, and I befriend the postal employee, walk goes off on me.
Yeah, there's this neighborhood post office where this one woman is a total, unfriendly word type, and Walt couldn't stand her. Walt could not stand her. She said something to Walt at one point. He was holding a grudge, and Ming was like, "What's wrong with her?"
I was like, "Wait, are you talking about Susan? She's my buddy." And he was like, "What?"
Yeah. He was so enraged that I had to go to the store so that we could record a podcast. It's actually, I think it's like 33.5 or something. Just so he could vent about how angry he was that Ming was friends with the postal lady.
And it was so weird. I remember getting this call. I was like, "Hey, can you come down for a second? I want to ask you something." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I sit down. I was like, "What's going on, guys?" And it was like I was about to get whacked. Right. He just wanted to yell at me for an hour.
That's Will Flanagan's version of getting whacked.
Yeah. I gotta say too, I learned through podcasting. I've learned so much about Ming. Like I've known Ming for a decade, right?
Yeah.
Before we started all that, and then as we did more and more podcasting, we learned he'll just say things to me when his mom threw him a birthday party when he was 8, and she had no idea of I guess that birthday cakes are all the rage at birthdays. She brings out a bowl of hot dogs with no bowls, no condiment, with no buns, no condiments, nothing. And it's just like, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, kids. Eat up.
I just want to say, not every Chinese American family does that. I got a cake. I didn't get a bowl of hot dogs.
You didn't get the hot dog birthday girl?
No, dude. She brought out a bowl of hot dogs as her cake?
Yeah.
With a candle with the hot dog?
No candle.
She just said, "Happy birthday," with a bowl of hot dogs?
Yeah, right in the middle. Like,
come on, it's a joke, right? And then the cake came out.
I'm not joking.
What part of China are you guys from? I mean,
maybe I'm adopted. I don't know.
I will say this much though: you do get a lot of abuse from Walt on the show.
I do,
but you guys give him crap all the time. And the thing is, when I'm watching the show, I kind of feel like, wow, that's kind of like Harry Kim on Voyager, always getting crap all the time. Meg and I are the same.
I get to make out with Jerry Ryan.
I know you did get to make out with Jerry Ryan. That's true. I did. That's true. What if I sent Jerry Ryan down to the comic book store to Secret Stash? Would that be cool? Yeah.
I got no kidding.
He's going to get crap from Jerry Ryan. That's all I do.
That would be funny.
People say that quite a bit. They're like, "Oh, you're so mean to Ming. Stop being so mean to Ming." One, if I stop being mean to Ming, I don't have a job. 2, the show probably stops because, a lot of the comedy comes from, I think, Ming's hijinks. 3, I have never met a human being who can roll with punches like Ming Chen. I mean, I'm not kidding around. Yes, Ming Chen. He takes ball breaking like no one I've ever met. And it's not like, okay, cut, and he's like, F you guys. Like, he's awesome. He really is.
I know, I'm like, can we do that again?
He really is the best sport I've ever met in my life. It's incredible.
That's awesome. Ming, you just deflected like a kung fu master, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Without doing kung fu, it's great.
Yes. Excellent.
And then my second question, I'm done. Brian, what's your favorite project you've worked on? Because you do more than the podcast and all that. Like, what's, out of everything that you've done ever?
Everything I've done ever.
Artistically.
It would probably be Tell 'em Steve Dave. Yeah, I look forward to Tell 'em Steve Dave. I used to go to a shrink prior to starting it, and I moved from California to New Jersey, so then you gotta find a new shrink and you gotta retell them all your problems. said to Walt, I said, well, why don't we do a podcast, like Smodcast? And Walt didn't want to do it at first, of course, no one's going to listen to us, nobody would care, we're just Kevin's friends, that kind of stuff. Which, in the beginning I couldn't argue against, but I was like, it would still be fun, So instead of going back to therapy, I was like, I'll talk to my friends once a week. And originally it was supposed to be joint counter-joint, where I would get really stoned and argue political issues with Walt, who was totally straight. And he didn't want to do that. That light died real quickly. And Quinn wasn't supposed to really talk in the beginning, and then became, a bigger part of the show, which obviously is to your benefit because he's awesome. But yeah, I would have to say tell him Steve Dave, more than anything else.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.